you opening it like that? Open it! Quick side note, I don't want to get off topic. Well, it's not really off topic, but she has 3 chins. What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Vince, and today we are back with another reaction. Today we're reacting to this TikTok mom is awful. Now that reminds me, my mom is trash too. She made some spaghetti yesterday, and let me tell you something, it was nasty. You hear me, Ma? Your food is trash! I think I'm scared of her. Oh, oh! Oh! I'm a grown man. This TikTok mom is awful. Now there are a few red flags that I'm receiving just off that title. Red flag number 1. This mom has TikTok. Bruh. Now, there's nothing wrong with older people having TikTok, but if you have kids that are middle-aged and friends are on TikTok, that's kind of bogus, because let you post some cringe stuff and I go to school and they bake me. I have no comeback to that. I'm just getting baked. I can't say nothing. I can't talk about their shoes. I can't talk about their clothes because they instantly go into my mama. I lose that battle. Red flag number 2. Don't even got nothing to do with the title. Look at her.
Oh my God.
Now if the color combination didn't throw you off, that ugly purple and that weird cream, white, tan, brown color pants she got on, look how far her shirt is tucked into her pants.
What is that?
That is not it. Red flag number 3. That garbage can does not have a top on it. That is an outside garbage can. Wow. I'm a great observer. That's nasty. Wow. So yeah, I'm sure none of those reasons are why this TikTok mom is awful, but that's what I picked up. So we're just gonna get into this video and see what's wrong with this TikTok mom and why she's so awful. So let's get into it. Let's go.
Well guys, today is gonna be an interesting one.
Was that donuts and applesauce?
Yeah!
I wish my mother would! I haven't eaten in 8 hours. I just woke up. And she say, honey, do you want some breakfast? I say, sure, mom. We go to the kitchen. She pulls out frosted donuts, the powdered kind, from like Walgreens, and an applesauce. I'm not gonna lie, my mom has to fight me. I don't care if I'm 1 year old, she's catching these hands. What? I'm not playing with her.
And then I come across something on the internet that leaves me not really knowing how to feel about it. And instead of just being a normal person and forgetting about it, I decide to bring it to you guys. So about a week ago, I saw a news article about a TikTok of a woman feeding her 1-year-old daughter donuts for breakfast. Apparently, it was a really big deal and people all over the internet were up in arms about it, enough for, you know, news articles to be written about it. So I decided to go through this woman's TikTok page, and after doing so, I'm a little bit conflicted. It seems seems like this woman has been doing these kinds of videos for quite some time at this point, where she records herself making her kids lunch, and a lot of the meals she makes don't really seem to be that bad. A lot of them aren't great either, don't get me wrong, but it seems like people took these two videos where she did give her kids donuts and tried to turn her into this like demon. I've seen some other people make videos on this woman, people from the, we'll say the more unsavory side of the YouTube commentary community. So I wanted to get on here and give my thoughts, and more importantly, see what you guys thought about this situation, because people seem very split. So let's not waste any more time. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
Why is she opening it like that? Open it! Quick side note. I don't want to get off topic. Well, it's not really off topic, but she has 3 chins. Now, if you want to cancel me because I said that, go right ahead. This lady is kind of big. With that being said, does it not make sense that she's giving her daughter donuts? Because clearly, that's what this lady eats.
Bruh.
Oh, I'm canceled. I'm just saying, like, if she don't see nothing wrong with her being big, why would she see something wrong about her daughter being big? That's just what I'm going off on.
Alright, so from what I understand, this is sort of the video that started it all. It might be a different one. There are 2 videos where she's feeding her children donuts for breakfast, but I think it's this one. And I've got to be honest here, maybe it's because I was a fat kid, or maybe it's because I'm not a father, but my honest reaction to seeing this the first time was like, who cares? Like, really, am I wrong in thinking that giving your kid a donut for breakfast like once a month is really not that big of a deal? Now look, once I went to this woman's page and saw that most of the things she's feeding her kids are not that great, that sort of changes my thought process. But like this video with no extra context, is that really that big of a deal?
She looked like she want to take a bite. Why she cut it up? Like, well, I guess the kid only won. The applesauce is trifling, I ain't gonna lie. That's not even a plate, that's like a top. What is that?
Alright, so this is the meal, if you can really call it that, and like I said, in a vacuum with no other context, I feel like this really isn't the end of the world. I'm kind of surprised this video got as much traction as it did. Now, if every video this woman uploaded was her feeding her kids something like this, I could understand it, but I feel like this is slightly blown out of proportion. It's not...
I guess I see what he's saying. Like, yeah, like, you know, everybody kind of live like they household. It might have been a lazy Saturday morning or something like that. You know, just make some donuts real quick. You know, give her a little applesauce, call it a day till lunchtime. You know, I understand what he's saying, but I'm just disgusted by the combo. When have you ever eaten applesauce and donuts?
No.
And tell me you ain't throw up after that if you ate it. Come on now. Like, that's what's throwing me off. I don't care about the meal. I'm talking about the combo. And it don't make it no better that she not the healthiest looking herself, so, you know, you know how the internet is.
Good, don't get me wrong, and we'll talk more about that here in a minute, but I do feel like people's horses are a little extra high today, not gonna lie.
That's a bigger donut. It's making my stomach hurt. Ew.
Okay, you know what? For some reason, I feel like this one is worse. I don't know, man. I don't like the way these donuts are looking at me. Store-bought donuts like this are always horrible. Am I the only one who feels this way? I have donuts like twice a year, and they're gonna be from a place that sells nothing but donuts.
Facts. Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme. I only know 2 donut places. But that is crazy. I did just say that those donuts be making my stomach hurt. Like, I eat donuts like twice a year too. Like, it's not like every thing. I don't know how people wake up every weekend or something and be like, oh, let's go to Dunkin' Donuts and get some donuts. I want a 6-pack. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how y'all do that. You know, like, I don't even eat birthday cake for real. Like, it's too sweet. But I don't even know where I was going with this anymore.
Bruh.
That's the only way to get a donut. Otherwise, they just won't taste right.
plant protein thing again that I tried yesterday. She didn't like it just flat out alone. I think a couple people suggested to do it in smoothies. That's what my girlfriend said. But I'm not doing a smoothie right now. So I'm going to try to mix it with her regular milk that I usually give her and see if she doesn't notice. She might not notice if it's mixed with regular milk, and then I'll just put the rest away and try it again if it works.
Alright, so I googled it, and after a lot of research, aka reading the first thing that popped up, a 1-year-old needs about 13 grams of protein every day. So, why are we making this kid a protein shake? You dumped at least 12 ounces of milk into that bottle, and that's already like 10 grams of protein? Are we—
And let me cut you off real quick. That was whole milk.
Nani?
That's the fattest milk you can get. I drink 2%. I don't like the way whole milk take. Whole milk take. I don't like the way whole milk tastes. You can like taste the fat. That ain't it. But you know what I'm saying? She just mixed whole milk with protein. She trying to make her daughter built like a beach ball. What? I'm just saying, that's kind of bogus to me. You know? Let her be fat on her own time. Why you gotta make her fat?
we trying to get this kid into the 1,000-pound club before they reach high school? I mean, what's going on here? I'm trying to go easy on you here, but maybe just do a little bit of research on what your child needs diet-wise. Just a suggestion. All right, so now that you've seen those, in the background, I'm going to play some of her other TikToks that I found to not be as offensive, but let's talk about why I'm sort of torn on this subject. So let's address the elephant in the room real quick. If this woman was not overweight and was making these videos in a fancy modern kitchen, I don't think people would care about this. I don't. And you can say I'm wrong, you can argue with me about this, but I'm right. Okay? Now, before you go to the comments and go crazy, hear me out, because I'm not even really saying this in defense of this woman. Obesity is something that is passed down. It is a way of life that you learn as a child, and once you've learned it, once you've lived it, it is very hard to grow out of. And
exactly. So if she knows this, or maybe she doesn't know this, but she should know this, because I guarantee you, if you look at her mom is probably big, unless this lady just happens to just start the cycle of obesity. I don't know if she got bullied or something and she went into an eating frenzy. I don't know. That's beside the point. But in turn, you know you don't like being obese. You know how people look at it and how people make you feel about it. So why would you want your daughter to feel that same type of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Not bad news. Dude, I can't. My forehead is literally burning. I smacked myself like 3 times already and it hurts. Time for the 4th. Oh! Like, why would you put your daughter in that same position? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, it seems selfish. Like, that's 100% like the point I was looking for in the beginning. Like, it wouldn't be a problem if she wasn't obese. And, well, it would be a problem, but I feel like it wouldn't get as much attention. Like, it's worse now because it's like, it seems like she's directly making her daughter fat because she's fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Let's just keep going.
This woman is obese, okay? I know that weight is something that is pretty uncomfortable to talk about these days, sort of always has been, but I'm not saying this to bring anybody down or bully anybody. It is simply something that is true in this situation. And that is why people are so upset about what this woman is feeding her children. And for good reason. There's been a million studies on it before. I don't remember the exact numbers, but you can go and find many yourself. But studies have found time and time again that if you have obese parents, you have something like a 70 to 80% chance to be obese yourself.
Facts.
Now look, you guys know I'm pretty progressive. I like to have an open mind, but as a person who was obese as a child and a person who takes their physical health pretty seriously, obesity and being overweight in general is not good for you. I am not going to ever tell you that. I don't like that. That is a thing people say now. Body positivity, I'm all for it. Nobody should be out here shaming people for the way they look or making fun of them. But I
don't think no one should be shamed, but like, I feel like if you got that type of relationship with that person, you might have to say, hey, you're built like a bowling ball.
Oh my God.
You might have to say something like that so for them to be like, oh my God, he's right. Let me get out of this body. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be one of those. Like, but I don't think like random people should be like publicly shamed and bullied and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I think that's kind of weird, but I definitely do not agree with the people that's online talking about, you big, you beautiful, it's healthy. Don't let them tell you otherwise. What? What? It's healthy? You got diabetes. I don't have diabetes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those for me. And like the fact that like it's such a negative connotation around like calling that out and you get canceled for it, like it's kind of annoying. But I mean, hey, that's why I mind my business.
certain level, it has nothing to do with how you look. It's just about the actual implications of how much you weigh, what you're walking around with, what you're putting your heart through. And it's not good for you. It's not good for anybody. And the younger it's introduced to you, the harder it is to overcome it. And that is why I think so many people are upset with these videos, and I fully understand it. It seems like this woman is trying. I mean, I watched a bunch of her videos, and a lot of her meals are fine. They're pretty well balanced. They've got a lot of different things going on. But at the same time, there's often a lot of processed food. There's some junk food always thrown in somewhere. So it's not perfect, and obviously nobody's gonna be perfect, but there's a lot of work that could be done for this woman's children's diet. And I think a lot of people are picking up on that, which is why these videos got so much traction. But these people are forgetting about Hanlon's razor, which basically states don't attribute malice to what could be explained by stupidity. And I'm not trying to call this woman stupid. I'd rather use the word ignorant. But I feel like a lot of people commenting on this woman's videos are acting like she's doing this on purpose. And of course, she's not feeding her kids this stuff on accident. But I feel like this woman at this point probably just doesn't know any better, which is unfortunate, but attacking her is not going to help her out.
You don't think she's slightly playing into that character? You don't think she saw the views from feeding her daughter donuts and was like, let me do this again? Like, she's not attention seeking? I can see that going that way. I'm not saying she is, because I haven't watched enough content on her, but I'm just saying, like that was what crossed my mind at first. Like, that was the first thing that crossed my mind, was like, she's probably doing this for views. She's seen it get views one time. The first time was probably like, just some random stuff. But once it happened, I feel like she repeated it a second time to be like, look guys, look at me, give me some more views. I feel like it was one of those, you know? But, I mean, he said it's probably ignorance. I don't know. Like, but that last meal didn't look bad. This meal don't look bad either. Like, it seemed like she's trying, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know.
You really feel bad for these kids. Try and make a positive difference. I did a little bit of digging around, and unsurprisingly, this woman is from the South, which is where I'm from, which also happens to be where obesity is the worst in the United States. And unfortunately, stuff like this is really not that uncommon. A lot of parents are just stupid. They don't know any better. They probably shouldn't have had kids in the first place, and they will just feed their child anything to shut them up, and that's how they're raised. Making sure your kid has a balanced diet, teaching them about nutrition, making sure they know how to balance their lifestyle and their nutrition, all of that is an afterthought at best. Most of the time it just doesn't even happen, and it leads to stuff like this. It leads to those children growing up and having children of their own and thinking this is just the way you do it. So I understand the anger people have for this woman, but also, like I was saying earlier, if you're gonna spend the time leaving a comment on this person's page, why not try and be genuinely helpful? Is it your job? Absolutely not. Do you owe it to this woman? No, you don't. But if you're gonna say you feel so sorry for these children and you're so sad for them, why not throw out a word of advice to try and actually make a real difference?
Because they're ignorant and they haters. Like, bro, there's people really out there that lives are so terrible that the only enjoyment they get, the only satisfaction they feel for that day is typing a mean comment in their phone. Oh, I feel bad for those kids, da 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 da. Oh, you're so big for no reason, just like your kids, da 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 da. Like, stuff like that. You're sick. Like, I wish I could, like, just look through the phone sometimes to see who's typing it, and I could see your bald, ugly, bogus, snot-nosed, ugly doodle head self and bake you. I promise you, I would flame you up like a fajita omelet. I would eat you. Eat you up, boy. You better not have no Jordans on that's fake. I'm gonna bake you. Come on, bro, because that's the first thing I'm going to, the fake Jordans. Don't let your mom have a TikTok, because I'm going to that next.
So you don't have to feel sorry for them. Unfortunately, for some people, that's not going to make much of a difference, and I think that might be the case here, because instead of trying to improve her children's diet, what this woman has done is what a lot of people do when they find themselves in a position like this online. They make their entire personality having a bunch of, quote, haters, and then they try and capitalize off it as much as possible.
That's
I'm not
weird.
joking when I tell you that after all of this happened, this woman made a gaming TikTok page. No, I'm serious. So, on second thought, after talking all of this out, getting these thoughts out loud in the open, I think I've decided I do not like this lady. I'm on the side of the internet here. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? What do you think about the donut fiasco? I honestly started this video sort of expecting to end up defending this woman, but the more I think about it, the more I watch, the more it just makes me mad that people have children and then refuse to do things correctly. I know that feeding 3 children costs a lot of money, and a lot of people are like freaking out over the fact that she feeds her children chicken nuggets, which, like, that That I think is kind of silly.
That's
but like,
dumb.
also maybe don't include Cheetos with every single meal you feed your toddler. You know, just a thought. But hey, I'm not a parent, so what do I know? If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like.
I'm not a parent either. So, like he said, what do we know? But, you know, like, I agree. I didn't like her from the jump. I thought she was just being ignorant. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought she was one of them, like, larger people, obese people that'd be like, yeah, I'm big and beautiful. Oh, I'm gonna make my kids big as well. Huh? What? I feel like let them be big on their own time. Yeah, granted, they can't feed themselves, but you shouldn't be trying to make them overweight. Like, what are you giving her protein for in whole milk? That has to be the fattest combination I've ever seen in my life. You're just asking for that baby to be big. You know what I'm saying? What? It'd be different if you was preparing him for the O-line or something, the D-line, to get him on a football field.
Bruh.
No, this is a little girl. She grew up built like a bowling ball. Somebody's gonna have something to say about it. And hey, I'm not gonna say anything because I really don't care, but hey, Karen will. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like, obviously we don't live with this family. We don't really know what's really going on in their life. Me personally, I think it started off as like just, you know, her trying to be cool on TikTok and showing a video of how she feeds her kids or trying to make a joke at first, you know, and then she saw it got views and then it became like a real thing and like she's playing into it. Like, I think that's what's probably going on now, so I mean, that's life. It's a weird world we live in. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this video down in the comments. Like, how do y'all feel about this mom? Do y'all feel like she's just straight up ignorant, down and dirty, or are y'all on her side? Are y'all defending her? Let me know down below in the comments. And I'll do, if y'all enjoyed the video too much, to subscribe. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers. And hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Could just make sense to like button if you like the video. No, it don't make sense, huh? It don't make sense. You know what really don't make sense? This lady is feeding her kids like they are built like elephants.
Wow.
Elephant!